Good morning, beautiful souls. Namaste. Welcome. Welcome to this final segment of the tarot card readings of the year. And you're not going to see my face today. This is going to be, it's really unusual for me as well, too. I am here, of course, and we're going to go into this final reading as I've done with each and every one of them, looking into how this number may or may not interact with the number 8. Now, 7 is a really powerful card to have as your card of the year. It is, it's bold and it's brave, and it feels like there is a tremendous amount of unknown. To me, there's also powerful healing in having this number, this card, the Chariot, as your card of the year. I think there's tremendous potential to heal really subtle childhood trauma, even things that you might feel are still not affecting you. As you decide to go forward and stand on your own, to be in the big wide world, which the Chariot card is all about, you have to take the good, the bad, the old, the new, different versions of yourself with you. And it is, one of the most impactful tarots for me in studying the Chariot card was the Marielle. And I just loved the way that Marie White incorporated that into her deck. And unfortunately, in the Wild Unknown Tarot, we only see the unified energy of the horse. We see solar energy here. We see the integrated energy of the pentacle. But what we don't see is the moon, as far as I can tell on this card. And the card in the center is Melmoline's deck. That is the Tabula Mundi. We have a black and a white horse. And we see that this is really not so much discussed in the Tarot de Marseille, but there's this idea about you taking the reins, but it's more of an intuitive taking of the reins. Me going forward and knowing that, you see, there's two aspects to this. There's this dance of control and letting go. And that's where you're at. How tightly do I hold on? How carefully do I plan? And I think there is there's a fine line between this. And when you find yourself in a place of wanting to hold on a little too tightly, that's your signal to let go a little bit. The more you can let go, the more freedom you will find. Because ultimately, isn't this an energy of freedom? You may really, really have the courage to travel, to go out into the world. This might be you, I don't know, I'm just like marketing campaigns or something where you go out and you show your face and you meet new people. This could be in social circumstances. This could be in reconnecting with old family members. What does this mean to go out into the world? What does this mean to show yourself? If you are a tarot reader, is this you coming out as a tarot reader to friends and family? Is this revealing and being more comfortable in your spirituality? Now, the number 8 can be strength. If you're working with a Waite-Smith deck, the number 8 also has the energy of justice, adjustment. And so you can look at this next step as a karmic reset. It's time. This is your path. This is your journey. And yes, I've already said it's going to take some courage to do that. And that there is aspects of balancing the inner self with, there are aspects of balance as well in the Strength card. That's what I want to say here. Yeah. So check your black horse, check your white horse, check your right brain, check your left brain, check your reasons for your motivations. What is driving you? I think that is a really good question to have underneath each and every decision you make this year. What is driving me? What underlies my motivation to do this? Is it for your greater good? Is it pulling in all of your, does it feel like the real you, the whole you? Or are you just showing a part of you to the world? And if that's the case, then I would suggest going back to the conference room and revising the plan a little bit. Okay. Now, Cancer, this is a card of Cancer, is ruled by the moon. And so High Priestess energy may also play into this. And what does that mean? Well, this is an emphasis on allowing yourself to be guided, not needing to hold those reins so tightly. I mean, there's such a beauty and a freedom in softening your grip on the reins. And that's partly about what this lesson is this year. Moving in trust, allowing yourself to be guided, listening to that inner priestess, learning to tune in and receive messages, to be comfortable in your lunar self. And all that means. Lunar energy will be really strong this year. It will have a strong influence. And so work with it, play with it, know the lunar cycles. Mondays, Mondays, maybe have something you do special on Mondays to honor Moon Day. There may be other lunar traditions that really speak to you. Hi, Karina. Welcome. Namaste. Okay. Oh, wow. That's wonderful. Congratulations. All right. Let's pull some cards. Let's have a look at what's going to sit down at the moon. As always, we ask these messages be in the highest for the greatest good, and that no harm be done. So be it. Okay. Doesn't this feel like a coming out? This is a Six of Swords. This is a 6. This is the central. Okay. Sorry. Kim Kranz never talks about the Tree of Life in her deck. She is one of those artists that wants you to find their way, never to reveal too much. It feels like an essay, a blog that I read, an interview. Oh my goodness. Sorry for rambling here, but I found a blog. Thank you to Amanda, Swan Spirit, on the Tildwick Tarot, which is a deck that I'm doing a deep dive into. And there, I got to read this interview with Neil, the creator of the deck, and a reader in New York. And it was just so lovely to hear his voice. And one of the things he said was about he didn't want to reveal too much, and he loved secrets and little messages and things like that. And honestly, Kim Kranz, in all of her decks, this is her energy. She wants you to see it, wants you to find the way. But there's something about this card that feels so central pillar, so central path. And of course, she's aware of chakras. She's a yogi and she knows about the Sushumna Nadi and the connection of this middle path on the tree of life and the middle path of Buddhism. And if we follow that middle path, we move towards the light. And there's just, this is really great here. Laying down your defenses, laying down those swords. Trust in your lunar wisdom. Remember that the moon is illuminated by the sun. You are complete. There is indeed solar energy behind the chariot. All that lunar energy can't shine brightly without your life force energy, without the blessing of the sun. Sixes bring us to peace, to harmony. So know that whatever amount of courage and energy you put into this shift, it'll move you closer to spirit, closer to, that those kind of feelings where you don't really understand what's going, but it's good. I often say it takes you to a higher frequency. I don't know if those words resonate with people, but that's what this feels like. It's beautiful, the way that, and if you don't understand what I'm doing with this spread, I did a couple of videos on it, but the idea, there is a central sort of energy moving up here, and that is a wonderful card to show up in that position. 9 of Cups in the Earth position. Sorry, 10 of Cups. Isn't that beautiful? Bless. 10 of Cups is a Pisces card, so more water. Okay, of course it's water. It's a cup suit, but this is the fulfillment of the water journey. So we'll definitely get into that. 5 of Swords in, that's very powerful. Okay, so this is the Mars position. This is about making vocal decisions, making conscious decisions, choosing what you want to cut away. The Fool is in Jupiter, the expansive position. Air, 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 primordial air in Jupiter. Clarity of thought, expanding clarity of thought. 9 of Pentacles. Oh, that's interesting. So with Saturn, I'm thinking about, what are we protecting, not gatekeeping, different. What are we protecting so we can cultivate it? 9 of Pentacles would suggest you have a lot of resources to cultivate. You have a lot to work with here. You're coming from a good, solid foundation. You are strong physically. 9 of Pentacles is a great card. I think it also allows you to take a breath and pause and not worry so much about where you're going, because there's this richness to this card. I'll get more into that in the next section. Father of Wands is in Venus. Ooh, okay, that's an odd pairing of cards. Father of Wands and 5 of Swords. So the Venusian energy is taking charge with drive and fire and passion. This is the Venus side. Okay, so the part of yourself that wants to feel and know and create and truly be in the energy of everything that's going on it's feeling a bit reactionary, feeling a bit impatient. 5 of Swords can also be impatient, but more than impatient, frustrating. And you have a number of cards that speak to, there's no rush to do this. So let's pull the final card and then start to weave this together. Ace of Swords is in Mercury. Okay. So let's just do a count of elements. So sword, 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 3, 4, 4 air cards. 1 water, if you don't count the major theme, and 1 fire and 1 pentacle. So what's missing is earth. Okay. So why would this particular reading be heavy in air? I would say, especially so we've got Mercury, Ace of Swords, that what I said at the beginning, the reason for your decisions, the reason for taking on new things, get very clear about that. You don't need to understand why you're doing it, because sometimes we move intuitively, as I was saying, and that's important here, trusting. But it's important that let there be no deception or motivations or ulterior motives for the choices that you make. Because this is a journey to clarity. So move from your heart space, move from your intuition, move from a place of center. And it need not be reactionary. And I'm going to go down to the 10 of Cups just for a moment before I sign off. So the 10 of Cups is in the earth position. Very our most grounded and real position in the reading. This is the final decan of Pisces. So this is the card that closes out the astrological wheel, the astrological year. It is a fulfillment. It is a saturation. It is the full experience of the Suit of Cups. You can see that a myriad of connections have been built through emotions, through energy. There's an abundance of color, that the sun is shining through the water, so we see the rainbow. We wouldn't see the rainbow if the sun wasn't shining. And we see 2 rainbows, at least. Yeah, 2 rainbows in this reading. So this is a sign. What are rainbows, right? Sign of hope. They are something that you can hold as you move forward, right? Yeah, the truth. The truth. Ace of Swords. So what is your truth? Yeah, and you know, one of the tests for this is that one of the tests for truth is and you can do this before you go to a meeting, you can do this before you talk to people, you say it out loud, and when you say something out loud, if it sits well in your physical body, you know it's the truth. Or you get tingles, like it's positive. But if you get any sort of weird feelings, then you know it's not your truth. Because sometimes when things are new, we're not sure if they are our truth or where they're coming from. However, know that High Priestess energy travels alongside Chariot energy. So let go a little bit more and move from a place of trust. Soften your grip. Okay. If this reading is resonating with you, I'm going to go a lot deeper and carry on in part 2. This is the link to part 2, and I will see some of you there. Take good care, and thanks for joining me on this journey. Namaste.